What is up, guys? Praxeology Prodigy back with another Red Pill Lens movie review. I have Napoleon for you guys today. I was gonna do Quantum of Solace and upload that, do a live on that first, but I just watched Napoleon and it's fresh in my mind. So I'm gonna do this one and then Quantum of Solace tomorrow morning. I know I said I was going to do Quantum of Solace yesterday morning, but so much shit happened yesterday. I had to fucking do all the timestamps for the past two Red Pill rants. Then today I had hella shit going on, and then I squeezed in some time to go and watch Napoleon. So I said, fuck it, I'll just do Napoleon today, and then Quantum of Solace tomorrow, and finish the 5G for the Bond films this week. Okay? Alright. Without further ado, actually, before I begin, I do want to say one thing. I might be missing some things here and there. I tried my hardest to write down as much notes as I could, but when I was watching this film, bro, there is some dude right behind. Look, I have the worst. You guys just don't get it. You guys don't understand. My luck in being in the public for some fucking reason, it's always a movie. There's always something that goes like, that's just weird, or it goes wrong, or is just awkward. It's like you know the Spider-Man movies, right? You know the Tobey Maguire movies, where he's just out in public and someone just says like the randomest thing to him, or the most weird, awkward thing happens to him. That's literally my life, man, whenever I'm in public. So I went to the theater. I got my popcorn. I got my drinks. I just finished getting my 10K steps. And then I drove over there. I went to go to the IMAX one, so I went over to the next town. And I got there. Everything was going smooth. You know, I pull up to my seat. And I see this dude behind me. He looks, a little overweight. Basically morbidly obese. Fucking pig. And so this guy looked like he was like tired or whatever. I was like, whatever, fuck this guy. I'm like, and we're doing the trailers, right? The movie started at, well, it's quote unquote start time was 3:30, but it started at 4. We had 30 minutes of trailers. 30 minutes of it started like at 4:10, so it was like 40 minutes of trailers. Normally it's like 15 minutes of trailers. Like, I'm used to it. Like, I know to get to the seat at least 15 minutes after the quote unquote start time, but this time was ridiculous. I guess it's just a slow Tuesday or something, or that's just how it works throughout the week. I don't know, man. Anyway, we're not even halfway done with the trailers, and this fat fucking pig, this cow, right behind me, he's already snoring. And like, people are looking around like, yo, is this guy serious? Like, they're looking at me. I'm like, bro, it's not me, it's the guy behind me. And I had to turn my head around so like people can know where to look at, so I'm like, bro, it's not me. And there's this couple sitting next to the guy. I don't know why they didn't just like tap him on his shoulder and tell him, yo, wake up, bro, or something. Like, because man, I got so pissed because I was trying to do my review here. I was trying to write shit down. I'll get to it. I'll finish this off as quick as I can. So anyway, I just tried writing as much as I could down, but his snoring, literally right behind my ear, fucking, I just couldn't focus on the film and focus on writing shit because I was just like trying to remember what they were saying and remember the dynamics. Because remember, I'm in the fucking theater. I can't pause the movie and rewind it like I'm doing for everything else, all these other movies I do. Anyway, I should have done this at the outro. I'm taking up so much time. Sorry, guys. I just had to let that out because, bro, you guys don't fucking understand. And it's probably gonna be like a quick review. I got what I could, the important stuff. Anyway, first point, without further ado, we have a badass start. We have a badass scene where they're giving us some exposition about what's going on during this era. And we start with the queen, or what I assume is the queen at the time. She has like all this makeup on and a wig, or if that's just her natural hair, or she probably just dyed it white. But we have a beheading, a guillotine beheading in the very first scene, bro. That shit's crazy. Like you think they're gonna like move the camera away to some other side and just splash some blood and like whatever, it's a regular old Hollywood film. No, it's a Ridley Scott film, bro. This guy direct Gladiator from 2001 with Russell Crowe. It's Ridley Scott, if I'm not mistaken. He's an OG. He's up there with Scorsese. What did he direct? I think he directed Alien, that OG Alien movie, Gladiator, and some other films I can't remember at the top of my head. But yeah, this guy's an OG. That name is really familiar. Anyway, yeah, we see a beheading, which is fucking crazy. Then we see Napoleon. We like kind of cut to him in the crowd. We find out he's just a regular motherfucker in the army. Well, not a regular motherfucker. He's like underneath a general. But anyway, we see he has like some kind of a muse mastery, and he loves and cherishes his burden of performance of being a mastermind and knowing what to do with his ability to find a weak point in battles. So he does that for taking over this fort that was in this bay of this city, because they needed to take over the city, otherwise they would lose occupation to the invading Brits. So we see Napoleon take over a fort, and he was battling with the boys. He got with the army, and dude, that's a leader. That's a real fucking leader right there, that's actually fighting with his men. Yeah, again, that indicates his love for his burn-up performance. Really RP scenario there. And a muse mastery when he was talking about the plan to take over the fort. Next point. Okay. Now, we cut to the first interaction with him and his hen, JosepHen. He walks in this room. It's like a restaurant, or no, it's the party. They're like celebrating after the fort is invaded. They're celebrating that the queen got beheaded. That's a funny ass scene too. They're like fucking the head. They're going crazy over that shit. That shit's funny. Yo, that part is funny. And then but anyway, he walked into the restaurant and he saw JosepHen wearing a fuck ton of makeup, short hair. She looked weird. She looked like a whore, a used up prostitute type scenario, and he just stared at her. He just stood at the corner of the room, just stared and kept staring at her. This indicates he has zero game. He was staring at his future bitch, and when she went to say what's up with him, he froze up. He basically didn't say anything for a while, and I guess you can call it overt game, but he didn't execute anything properly. I would say he even scared her off, because she tried asking him like, why are you staring at me? And he said, oh, I am staring at you, or something. He said some lame ass blue pill shit, and then he said, don't even bother to ask for my name. And she just walked off. She was like, okay, whatever. But she knew, damn, this guy wants a pipe. Right? Yeah, very blue pill. Overt, but still very blue pill. And creepy. You have to understand your zones, man. Like, okay, this is a quote-unquote sexual zone. I mean, zones weren't even a thing back then. They didn't even matter. It's just a bitch and a dude, right? High-value male in this case, because he's just been promoted to general. And she's just a hen. Another hen in a restaurant, right? But, yeah, he's playing that creep role. And was there creeps back then, back in the day, in this era? Did they exist technically? Because everyone was socially calibrated to an extent. No one had cell phones or autism or whatever. You know, that's just like a modern thing that's shot up through the roof exponentially in the early 2000s. Have you guys seen that graph where autism has gone up like 200-300%? It's a crazy ass statistic. I'm probably autistic, man. No cap. I'm kidding. All right. But yeah, so okay, next point. So he goes up to her. Oh, he doesn't go up to her per se. some kid goes and asks him for his dead father's sword, and he goes into the armory, just grabs a random ass sword, like, fuck it, I'll give this to the kid. But he said his mother was this hen that he met, and he went to her crib, introduced himself, and right off the rib, we see that she has 2 kids that are hers. She's a widow. Not really an alpha widow, because she only mentioned her husband once after they met, and that was because she told Napoleon her body count and why she even had kids in the first place. But still, yeah, so after that meeting he has with her, it's kind of awkward again. It's very blue pill interaction. It's not no game in there, no game savvy, nothing RP. It's just staring at her again, and she does the first move. She invites him, or she asks him if they can meet, right? And or no, this was this after? No, they go on a first date. They go on a date, and they're out in some public area. It's during the daytime, and he pulls her closer, and she just laughs at him. And this isn't a laugh that, oh, he has good game. This is a laugh that she's kind of laughing at him, because she knows he doesn't just get it. He doesn't understand there's a game being played right here. He's very uncalibrated, like socially uncalibrated. And for back then, I'm surprised, man. Usually you would think people in these times, in these eras, would be naturally RP to an extent, right? Because religion and whatnot is pretty red pill, pretty based. Okay. But yeah, he pulls her closer and she just starts laughing, and okay, whatever. But yeah, then we cut to a scene where she's at her house and she asks one of her maids, or her only maid, if she looks in love. And then the maid, she gives her the worst advice ever. Hens give hens bad advice. I forgot exactly what she said. She said something about your grace or whatever, know your grace, but it's basically a term for know your worth. She was telling the fucking Josephine hen, know your worth, girl. Don't just marry that guy. But bro, we see the bitch already has 2 fucking kids, not 1, 2 kids. And it's a motherfucking general that just beat off the British guys. Like, yo, are you... What? My eyes and face are cringing at this. Know your worth. Really? A maid. A fucking hen is telling you know your worth. Okay. Right. Shit advice, bro. Damn. You know what's crazy too is maybe she probably had her husband at home, and she was like, yeah, I gave this bitch some shitty advice. This dumb white bitch, single mother, some shitty advice. Now she's gonna go reject this general guy because I told her know your grace. She just wants to see her miserable. So yeah, anyway, then she asks him on a date. She sends him a letter, and it's funny because he grabs the letter and he's rubbing it all over her. He's all over himself because he smells it and shit, and I guess it had some of her scent, probably some of her pheromones or whatever, but she probably sprayed it with some fragrance, and he was fucking rubbing it all over him like a weirdo creep. Yeah, I'm gonna call him a creep, bro, because bro, what the fuck, a letter you're rubbing it all over? It's like it's like he's at Macy's and he does one of those scratch and sniff things, like, you know those pieces of paper, the thick little card cutout things where you scratch and you could smell it, but this guy was like rubbing it all over him. What the fuck? Yeah. Motherfucker, bro, it's crazy. So yeah, they go on another date, and this is where she goes overt and understands that she has to actually hit the iron while it's hot. She has to make the first move, because she gets him in a, like, he invites her to the palace after she asks him on a date, and then that's when she gives him the backstory. Yeah, I'm a single mother because I went to prison because my ex-husband was a rioter. I guess he tried overthrowing the current government, the establishment at the time, and she was like, the only way I could get out of jail was to get pregnant. And I guess she got impregnated by some prisoner dude. Alpha fucks, right? So Napoleon, like a simp, he was like, whatever. Like, yo, are you serious? Like, even if I knew she had kids from the jump, if I just seen that was the kid that asked for the sword, that was that female hen's son, and then I got to their crib and it wasn't an adopted kid, it was actually her son, and then another kid which was the daughter, I would have just dipped right away if I was Napoleon, bro. You're a general, you're a respected individual, high value male. But fuck, man, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, she has to hit the iron while it's hot, and she goes very overt, bro. She flashes this guy, bro. She spreads wide. She says, take a look at what you want. And like a simp, he's like, yes madame, yes madame. Fucking simp, bro. And basically he says he accepts her past. Right. Next point. Then we see they get married, and in this scene they look at each other literally in church and they start laughing. And she's laughing like she just hit the lotto on a blue pill alpha. Like she just hit the lottery. She satisfied her alpha fucks side of hypergamy, and now she gets to satisfy her beta bucks. And this is way back when. If you're a single mother, you're fucked. And she literally managed to exercise her mating strategy. Fuck, man. So she knew she was good. And literally right after the wedding, we see her charming another guy while Napoleon watches. They're at this dinner. They're like restaurant or honeymoon dinner shit, whatever. And she's literally being hit on by some other. And I think she knows that Napoleon's watching, but she allows him to entertain her. Like, what a whore. What a hen whore. Why are you just got married, and your general husband can literally have this guy hung, cut his balls off, put them in his mouth. I got that from Quantum of Solace. And have him wake up, balls in his mouth and his own balls in his mouth. Yo, bro, that fucking hen, she either wanted some indignation or she didn't respect her husband. Yeah, you could tell she didn't respect her husband. I would say from that first scene, that first date, she didn't have any respect for him, and she had the frame in that relationship. She knew he was a deep blue pill, and she could basically run laps around him and he won't do anything, which he really doesn't, man. He doesn't do anything. Like, the most RP is when she pushes him to the edge, but then he always fumbles across. We'll get to that part eventually, okay? But yeah, so she's charming another dude, and right after that, we literally cut to a cutscene or a scene where she becomes Napoleon's Twinkie. She's becoming a thought pocket now. She says, oh yeah, you want to talk to that guy? Now I'm going to twinkify you. So she's being twinkified, and it's just a quick Twinkie scene, bro. There's no tension. There's no spark. You can tell the bitch doesn't reciprocate his love, like her love, or his love that he has for her. She doesn't give it back. It's just blah. It's bland. And he doesn't. When I hear Napoleon had so much love for Josephine, maybe it's just people are over exaggerating it, but if it's true that he really loved her, he didn't play it that well in this movie. He didn't play the simp side well. I mean, I guess I understand he's a general. He has to maintain some level of stoicism and masculinity, but his actions and his behaviors, they kind of don't mix well. It's so weird. The blue pill alpha mentality is so weird. How can you be such a simp deep down behind closed doors, but out in public you're just like a man with full of frame and respect and power and dignity, stoicism, and yet you're just nothing to your wife? What the fuck, man? This blue pill alpha shit, it blows my mind. It really does. And just seeing it on screen, it's really I don't know, it's weird. Right? But yeah, so while this motherfucker's out here conquering nations, he's out here conquering the Great Pyramids of Giza, sending her letters. Respond to me, please. Write back. I miss you. He's like 4 years on the road, and I remember seeing this meme on Instagram. Lime sparkling water, by the way. I remember seeing this meme, and this was a few days ago. There's probably some hype for this movie, but he said, "Don't wash." What letter from Napoleon to Josephine, don't wash. Bro, when I was making the thumbnail, yo, I was like, yo, that don't wash thing is funny. So I'm gonna be like, don't wash, hen. Yo, I'm funny as fuck, man. Anyway, but yeah, he's over here sending her letters, and I'm gonna go back and read some of those letters. I want to see if they're actually genuinely simpy. I mean, I assume they are, but I wish they put some more emphasis on the letters. I know they touch upon it on a couple scenes, like when she dies. Spoiler alert, we'll get to that in the end, but when she dies, he asks her daughter where are the letters. I forgot what he said. Again, that guy was fucking snoring so loud and gargling too. You know that snoring, it's not just snoring, but he's also choking on his own tongue, whatever the fuck it is. That guy was doing. No one else in the theater said anything. I was about to stand up. I was like, yo, I'm this close. I am this close, bro. I was gonna be a dick. I was gonna throw some popcorn. I was gonna throw some popcorn at the fat fuck. I was like, yo, wake up, you fat fucking pig. Shut the fuck up. Hippopotamus motherfucker, bro. What the fuck, bro? No respect for the, like, did he do that on purpose? Did he purposely go to the theater to sleep and snore out loud just to try to get checked? Maybe it was a prank. Maybe he was recording that for a YouTube channel and he wanted to see if someone like did something, or maybe he wanted someone to get mad and tell him to shut the fuck up, and then he would shoot them. Bro, you never know, bro. God, people are crazy out here, bro. You guys know what I mean, though, right? Like, there's some crazy ass people out there, like, they're waiting to like instigate some shit, man. Fuck, man. And where I went to, it wasn't a ghetto. It was fucking the nice theater. You guys know that theater, the fucking rich white people theater, man. Come on, man. You know what time it is, bro. Come on, bro. But yeah, sorry. Back to I'm sorry, that guy was just a fucking pain in the ass, bro. You guys don't get it. That's why I wanted to do it now, so I can rant, let it all out before I go to sleep all angry, just like fucking idiot. And I just forgot about the movie and just thought about the snoring fat fuck pig motherfucker that didn't let me enjoy this. I'm just gonna buy the seats all the way in the back from now on. All the way in the back. Fuck the experience. I just need to get the content. Well, at the same time, it's not gonna make this shit fun because this is a little hobby. This is fun. Okay, back to the point. I need to stay on topic. On topic. Okay, otherwise it's gonna be like 2 hours long. Okay, back to the point. But yeah, that guy's a cuck. Napoleon's a cuck, man. What a cuck. So he's writing back to her, and she's fucking cheating on him with a nobody. She's banging this dude. Genuine burning desire. You can see in the scene, she's happy. It's sweaty. It probably stinks really bad in that fucking room. Just toxic. Alpha fucks. She's cheating on this dude, and he's basically showing overt loss of frame, even with letters. Like, only a game unaware individual can pull this off, like giving off his frame while being a blue pill alpha. You know what I mean? Yeah. Weird dynamic, I know. Okay, next point. Then he is literally told by one of his cabinet members his wife is cheating on him. And the blue pill simp in him just laughs, and he's so plugged in to the Oneitis, the soulmate myth material, he disregards his own general. Like, what a pathetic plug-in plagued Oneitis individual, right? And the general was like, yo, I wouldn't lie to you, bro. Like, I'm dead ass. Why would I? You know, he looks at him. He gives that look. So then Napoleon goes back to this guy's tent. He's like, I gotta go back home then. You're like, if you're actually serious, he's like, you're gonna leave your army over a female? Over a hen? Bro, what the fuck? We're on this great path to victory and conquering, and you're gonna leave everything we just snowballed for a hen? Really? Okay, bro. Like, dude, what? Oh, Napoleon. Wow. But yeah, he ends up leaving the army. He leaves the great army to deal with a useless single mother whorehen who doesn't respect him. Like, oh, what a blue pill, man. Again, he gets home. Even the newspapers, he gets off the boat and he gets in the car. And they had no, it was a chariot. It wasn't a car because it was pulled by horses. So he gets in the chariot and he's reading the newspaper. If you see closely, you only see it for half a second, but you're able to read cuckold, Napoleon and his wife, letters leaked. It's like a Instagram kind of blog, like a World Star type caption. It's funny as fuck. You're like, there's no way they wrote this type of caption and headlines in back in the 1800s or 1700s actually. Was it 1790? It was late 1790s when he went back home, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember reading something about quote unquote thumbnails or headlines or captions. The newspapers didn't do that until, was it early 1900s or mid 1800s? Something like that, like where they had like news headlines. It wasn't that prominent. Was it? I need to read on. I need to go back and do my research on newspaper headline history. Okay, I need to go back and see where I got that shit from, but whatever. Anyway, that was a funny caption. If you saw it, you could see it for like half a second. They call him a cuckold and shit. Fucking based ass newspaper company. They weren't holding back, not even against the general, right? But yeah, everyone's making fun of him. The whole nation knows what's going on, but they still respected the guy, which is cool. But anyway, next point. And he goes red pill for a moment. He kicks the bitch out. He gets everything she had, all her belongings, because she knew she fucked up. She was like, damn, this guy fucked up bad. She dipped out of there. As soon as she heard that he's coming back. He got home. He was like, where's my bitch? I want to see her now. And the maid was like, oh, she just left. And he said, bullshit. Off with your head. Nah. He said, bullshit. Like, my wife, the whole nation knows I'm coming back, and my wife is left out of this? What? So yeah, he throws all of her shit outside, ready to leave the hen. Just off to the streets she goes again, right? So he does the right thing to move on and have an abundance mindset, and he enters a dark triad mode, and he makes the bitch feel bad. He talks to her like a pig, like a hen. He says, you're useless, say that you're useless, and he makes her try to repeat the words that he goes like full RP. We just see a glimpse of his inner RP. We're like, yes, embody that red pill awareness and keep it, maintain it, right? Understand it, just get it. But literally, immediately, one scene later, she regains the frame and makes the inner blue pill of Napoleon come out, and she makes him tell her he is nothing without her. She says to him, tell me that you're nothing without me. And she keeps saying it over and over, and he says, I'm nothing without you. I'm a blue pill. You're my hen. And fucking pathetic, man. Again. But yeah, anyway, she tries to guilt trip him by saying, hey, oh, you also had affairs. Did you love them? Right? Did you this and that? Were you trying to replace me? But he told her, no, it was just for whatever. So she's trying to play that game of, oh, well, you cheated on me, so that makes it okay that I cheat on you, so we're even. And he falls for the bait. She fails to remember, though, men and women are not the same, bro. She's a hen. This motherfucker is the general of, at the time, potentially the greatest army on earth, bro. Wow. What the fuck? single mother of two can command that much respect from this guy, SMV level 10, ultimate high value male. Nah, there's no way. Next point. After a montage of twinkification, just when we thought we would see RP Napoleon again, because he asks her, why haven't you bared any of my children? I want an heir. I want to leave a legacy. He starts throwing shit at her. They're literally at dinner with their family or whatever, and he just starts throwing fucking food at her and forks, whatever, because she couldn't have kids. And he even tells, he goes dark, he goes deep too. He's like, you can't have my kids, and you couldn't even have kids when you were cheating on me. And dude, that's when she really couldn't take it. She fucking dipped. So she walked off. Excuse me. So she walked off. She went back to the room. And actually before that, he threatened to divorce her. He was like, I will leave you if you don't bear my children by tonight. Tonight is the very last night you have to bear my children. And he was serious, but he went back to the room with her, and he re-gave her the frame again in the relationship. And he was like, oh, I miss you. I'm gonna miss you when I go off to the road, and I'll still send my letters to you, whatever. Just being simpy as fuck, right? Again, we see the outburst of the RP, but he just doesn't seem to hang on to it or capture the embodiment of what could have been a red pill Napoleon, a fucking unstoppable force. It's been a long day, guys. Okay, next point. After they found out the hen couldn't have kids, well, they couldn't find out, because the next scene they say, they get this lady, she says, okay, we're going to find out if it's you or if it's her. We have you an 18-year-old brunette hen waiting. She's super fertile. There's no way. If you twinkify her and she doesn't get pregnant, it's definitely you. If not, it's hen over here. So Napoleon got himself a new Twinkie and a thought pocket, which did give him a baby, a bastard son as they call it, which is crazy. So he has another son out there somewhere in this time frame. But yeah, he finally left the scum hen in a divorce, like about time. In the divorce scene, man, this divorce should have happened a fat minute ago. Should have happened since day one. Since literally the scene after they got married, she's already trying to cheat on him. But yeah, they're signing the divorce papers, and he's telling her, we're still gonna be friends. We're still gonna be friends. He's grabs her, says, make sure you sign it and say that we're still gonna be friends, whatever. Yeah, he makes her sign it, whatever. And then the next scene, again, he goes back to her new house, and he says, I miss you, blah blah blah. But yeah, that's short-lived, because he did move on. Now he married a new Austrian hen. Beautiful brunette hen, blue eyes. She fits that of love and war blue pill dream archetype perfectly for Napoleon. She says, oh, you look better than you do in your pictures. You look more handsome. And he says, he even stumbles a little bit. I don't know if they did that on purpose. Napoleon, like, in their dialogue, he stumbles. He says, oh, you look handsome. Oh, beautiful. He stumbles when he's talking with the hen. Maybe they did it on purpose to show some kind of amazement by her beauty, that Napoleon was washed away by her beauty, right? But anyway, they formed a coalition with the Austrian Empire, with Napoleon and that bitch. But yeah, and yeah, bro, he gets a baddie. He gets a good little baddie and a greater army. And not to mention a new kid. That's a fucking win-win, bro. Damn. You guys gotta think about, you get a new baddie. She plays with you. She plays your game. She plays your blue pill of love and war archetype with you at the time. And again, this is possible back, especially way back when they had their hypergamy in check. You could live a blue pill happily ever after in these times. So he got a new baddie, of Love and War archetype, Blue Pill Dream. He got a greater army force because he has the combined strength of Austria, and not to mention she bore him a new son, a new kid, right? Another one, second son, which was cool, great. And it's royalty son too, because I think at this point he's already a king. He's crowned the emperor or king of France at this point. So royalty, right? Final point. Okay. Then after all the battles, and the battle scenes in this movie are lit. They're fucking badass. You thought the battle scene in Gladiator was lit? You know, that first opening scene? All the scenes in this film, they're pretty brutal, man. They're pretty brutal. Even like many battle scenes. But yeah, we see Napoleon get sent to an island, and he broke. He was missing France, because before he got sent to the island, he went to invade Russia, and I guess he lost a lot of men, and also debt, whatever, some politics bullshit no one even cared about. But he just got exiled to this new island, and yeah, he just got sick of the island. He was like, fuck all this shit. I want to see Josephine, my old hen, and I want to see France, because he loved his country, man. That's crazy. He really loved his country. When he first got back to France, he kissed the sand on the beach, showing, damn, this guy really loves his land. That's great. And he somehow had a mini army with him on that island, and he came back to France, and he just swept everyone off their feet just by his words. It was incredible. And I've heard of that story, that he just came back to France and he said, your emperor's back or whatever, and everyone was fucking like, yeah. So that's cool how they showed it off in the film. But yeah, when he came back to France, he was told his old hen died, his original simp hen Josephine. And when he found out, it was made clear that he did have a really strong blue pill Oneitis for her soulmate myth. He was still thinking about her letters, or his letters for her, and her letters, the whatever letter she wrote back to him. And then he just goes on and loses his next battle at Waterloo, and he escapes and sent to an island again, and then he dies. We never hear anything about his new female, just his old hen that dies, and we don't hear anything about his children. Literally, that's it. So that's the end of the film. I know there were some more scenes in there that I could have written in there, but again, guys, I was cringing so hard at this dude snoring right behind, 2 feet behind me, right behind my ear. I got that. You guys ever heard of ASMR? I got the ASMR binaural snoring fat fucking guy right behind me and choking on his tongue experience at the theater while trying to write some content down for you guys. Okay, so movie score. We're going to give this film a red pill score of 2 out of 10. We see some glimpses of RP fundamentals at the beginning, and even some RP rage moments, some red pill rage throughout the film from Napoleon when he gets mad at Josephine, but they quickly die out and the blue pill just shows. So, blue pill score, 8 out of 10. Early on, we see Napoleon as a simp. He's gameless and even frameless, and individual that just makes himself look less of a man behind closed doors with his words and his actions. And this movie is just plagued with a lot of blue pill propaganda. Very rarely is the RP shown, and when it is, it's refreshing, but then you're drowned out right away. You're back to drowning in the blue pill bullshit that this movie's trying to push. And I guess, you know, that's history, but you got to take this shit with a grain of salt. It's Hollywood history, so remember that. I think this movie will be remembered as what could have been for Napoleon. I'm not sure the history of him. I'm going to go back and read and watch some videos on him, but he could have been a great RP individual if he just got it, right? And yeah, that fucking snoring guy behind me, man. Fuck me, man. Fuck me. I'm never gonna get those middle seats. I'm gonna get the fucking seats all the way in the back, bro. Anyway, yeah, Quantum of Solace is done. I was gonna do it this morning, but I had to wake up really early to go get some shit done. So yeah, tomorrow morning I'll do it. All right, and then finish off the 5G for Bond. What else? I did. What day is it today? Tuesday? Yeah, 10K steps tomorrow. Leg day. I'll talk about that in the morning. Anything else I gotta say? Oh yeah, check out my past 2 Red Pill rants if you guys haven't seen them. Timestamps are up for them. The most recent one I had was with French OG from Twitter. We talked about PUA and RP topics. Really interesting conversation. And then the one I had, the Red Pill Rant 11, I had with my boy Johan. We talked about the God Pill and interesting dynamics with the Red Pill and all that too. So you get both sides. God Pill from one podcast, and then like PUA, Black Pill stuff in the other one. So whichever one you want to choose, they're really good talks that we had. And timestamps are up on there, so you can skip through and skip to the interesting parts if you guys want to see or look into, listen into. They're all there. Okay. Other than that, yeah, that's it for me. Going to sleep and see you guys tomorrow morning. That's it. Weep.